That's why. Hey, Sean. Morning, Sean. Just getting set up here. Morning, Sean. Yep, my audio.
Morning, Sean.
Let me mute that. So we got audio. I think we're about ready, guys. Look at that, 8:32. You know me, I like to be on time here. All right, guys, we got quite a bit to go over here. I might give me a minute, guys. I might change up how I share this screen, but if I do that, I need to make a quick modification because I don't like. Well, there it goes. Okay. Yeah, because it looks like it was a little blurry on the circle. I'll leave it there. We'll go ahead and go. We have a lot to cover, so all right. So we're gonna just go through the ATA just like we do every morning. First thing I want to bring up, like we talked about yesterday, let's bring up the chart here, go to our economic events. As you guys know, yesterday we had a lot of movement in the market. As we were on the call, we saw it dumping, and we were talking about, the fact that we had Chair Powell testifying. That was right here. About 10 a.m., right? We saw the markets pull back pretty good while we were on the call, so we knew that was not playing out. Just some quick feedback from that, from what I saw watching it, is, he doesn't seem or show any confidence in the market, and that, he's going to be able to ease up on the interest rates. So, if anything, they're gonna be looking to add to the interest rate. So, not going to be good for the markets. If you look here, economic calendar, we have him talking again at 10. We also have the job openings report, a few other stuff here. Canada has their interest rate decision. We have the crude oil inventories. I mean, a lot of volatility coming between 10 and 10:30, 11 a.m. Eastern. So just not only from U.S. but just a ton of news, right? And then tomorrow, lightens up a little bit. We do have the jobless claims, right, which will impact it. But I expect to see some pretty good movement today. That's probably why we didn't get a ton of movement yesterday, because people are after the market's closed, anyways, because people are waiting to see what he's going to say today. So should be interesting. So depending on his choice of words, we should see a push pretty heavy north. But if he continues to talk in a bearish fashion, then we're going to break these support levels that we've been holding. So quick glimpse here, and then we'll get into the ATAs. The 15-minute on the SPX, the after hours shows the bearish. It has not flipped bullish yet, so this buy is the same way. And the Dixie on the after hours was bullish, and it flipped to bearish. So if the Dixie does pull back, then that will propel everything north, and you should see these signal calls flip, and that's when we'll look to take some calls as well as longs in our room. So flipping over to total market cap. Again, we talked about these EMAs. It keeps continuing to push down on the 1 hour, and it is yet to retest up here on the 200 EMA. But there is some double support that I'm expecting this EMA to squeeze into, and it'll likely push it north past it. We're starting to get a little bullish divergence as well in the 1 hour, so that may play out. But keep in mind, guys, the best of TA is pretty much irrelevant if the news doesn't support it. So I could sit here all day and I could say, man, we're so bullish, it's not even funny. Like, we're going north, crazy support. We got bullish divergence. I mean, we're going north. And, at the end of the day, if Fed comes in and says, hey, we're going to have to like double interest rates, compared to what we were supposed to do, it doesn't matter what the TA says. I mean, the markets are going to dump, right? So just keeping that in mind, so I'm not going to spend too much time on this, because it could be very different depending how that meeting goes. Overall, we had Bitcoin has had a short signal in there. It hit TP1 barely. So currently on the 2-minute time frame, short pullback looking like it might happen for BTC and ETH. We had a short call as well that hit TP1. Has not flipped bullish, so we're still holding on to that. So let's get into the ATAs because I do got some decisions to make today. This is my live trader. I did set a range yesterday and it did not hit the range. I purposely set it wide because I wasn't really watching it. I was traveling and I have a lot of ATAs going, so I didn't want to be super aggressive with it. All right, so like we always do, let's get into it. We have Aave. Let's pull up Aave here. And let's see how Aave's been doing. Okay, go to our 1 minute. We'll unmute our long. So we do know our long is still stuck. It looks like it's been stuck for pretty much since the fall, right? We just been ranging in this area. I'm not against DCAing into Aave again, but I'm gonna hold off just for now because if you zoom out, like we put out in the room, it's at a great support, but if this support happens to break, it's going to fall down into this range around 67. So if I did add another DCA, it'd probably be somewhere in that range that I would add that. I don't know that I'm going to do that today just because of the news and stuff. I'm just going to let it play out for now on the longs. Now on the shorts, what I'm considering is, which is perfect timing because look, we just sold, right? The shorts have killed it. I mean, 7 days and made $26. But we could definitely go lower, but look at how we're just teetering on this the support line. We've even showed we've had a DCA to get out of some of these. So although I'm gonna keep the shorts going, but what I want to show you guys is I'm gonna flip some things on it. So I'm currently in a sell, meaning I'm not in an Aave short. So we can confirm that by going to our trading ATA account here. Take a second to load. It's a lot of information. And where's Aave? Aave right here. So we are not in a short. So we are good, right? So what I want to do is, since I'm not in a trade right now, I'm going to come over to my Aave short and I'm just going to remove that indicator or that alert. And what I'm going to do is I'm not, because I get a lot of questions. One of the biggest questions I get is, we're low in the range. You said shorts aren't good. Like, should I stop it? Yeah, right. I mean, we should, but we could break lower, and we're currently in a long, so we want to try to work some form of a hedge, right? Because we don't want to just keep bleeding on that long without earning anything. So what you can do is you could do things like, I'm going to change my strategy down to the parabolic stars. It may perform a little bit less, and you're going to see everything change, and that's fine because we're resetting it new. Because the other strategy would have performed differently. But if you notice, one of the things I point out in the room is notice the difference between moving average. I want you to watch these pivots. Like I put this TA out in the room today, and notice how close these are, right? It's because it's super aggressive. The moving average is a very aggressive strategy. Another very aggressive strategy is range filter. Don't get me wrong, it killed it. It outperformed, and I earned more than what I would have running like parabolic stars, for instance, right? But range filter, you can see, is still super aggressive. Now, if you go to the parabolic star, this is the most recent one that we've added that I'm actually really excited about. See how spaced out these are? The entries are a little more patient, and it tends to throw a little better entries, right? See how there are not as many DCAs. You only have one. So it's just a little safer for alts. So if you're looking to continue to run a direction, but you don't want to like have a higher opportunity of potentially getting stuck, then you can choose that parabolic stars. So It looks like I still have version 1.15. I must not have updated my short, so we can go ahead and update that indicator while we're making these modifications. So I'm just going to take the indicator off. I'll hit save. I'm going to come in, refresh my chart. And for those of you guys on TikTok and stuff, you can see how simple it is to set this up. It's funny because some people go, wow, you know, man, that's a lot. Well, learning how to trade is a lot. Setting up this is not really. Just putting in my information, so that's why I pulled it off here. Okay. All right. So we got that added back in. I don't know. Did I update? No, I didn't update my long either, but that's okay. I don't really need to right yet. So we are version 1.16. Remember, each indicator is each indicator. Like they're on their own. So I don't have to touch my long just because I'm dealing with my short. So we are resetting pretty much to defaults. So I'm going to take this down. I'm going to go to Aave. We decided we wanted to run the SARs. I'm going to keep the TPs all the same. I'm going to still allow it to DCA 2 times on the short there. And then I'm going to keep all that the same. So then let's go 2023. And then what is it? 3.8. So on this one, guys, if you're haven't been part of the morning huddles, I'm just closing out my candle. The closeout of the candle is really important because that's when we're going to start trading it, right? You know, I was sitting here thinking about it. I may even uncheck this DCA too. And the reason why is because anytime you uncheck it doesn't mean you never are going to do it. It just means you may manually want to take that over. If you look at the back test of the SARs, it really only DCAs one time. So I may just let that roll, right? And it could be my benefit because if this were to go parabolic and get stuck, I can add a better DCA2 later on, like maybe tomorrow's morning huddle, right? So we got our yellow. You guys see how easy I set that up? I mean, for those new to this, I mean, you just choose your direction, choose your pair, choose my strategy. This is all default. I'm just going to allow it to dollar cost average one time. Everything else is default. I just close out my candle and I'm done. So now all I have to do is come in here, create my alert. I don't have my webhook because I did take that out for another alert I was doing. So to get your webhook, you just come up here again, copy your webhook, paste that in, go back to your settings, set up your short, and I'm going to put in ATA Aave short. Okay, and so what I did here, guys, I wanted to spend some time on this one because I basically am not stopping my shorts because even though we've been in this support, look, it's just absolutely dominating the range, right? So I'm going to continue taking those shorts. It'll continue to earn. Now, keep in mind, when I reset this yellow, it's going to reset my box here. It doesn't mean I didn't earn all this money, right? It just means that anytime you set this yellow one, it's going to reset your little stats bar. And that's the purpose of this stats bar is just to kind of show you what that strategy did in that trading session, right? It's not supposed to be for like a running history. For the running history, you know, you can always just come over to your account here and you can click on the history button on your account. And you can see all the trades in here. So you can see all the screen. So that's your history if you want to confirm what you've actually done, right? So let's go back to the chart here. Okay, so we're set up, guys. We're good. We're back in the Aave short. We have Aave short. Everything looks correct. 1 minute. We're good. So I'm gonna go ahead and hit save on Aave. We have a plan. Our long is still stuck. I don't want to make any DCA moves on it quite yet. And I'm just gonna be a little less aggressive on shorts because we are lower in that range. So let's load up ETH. You know, it's funny a lot of times people too, you know, especially when you're new, right? You know, people are scared to death of trading news. And I tell you, with this ATA, I love trading the news because it doesn't care if you're on BitGet, right? It doesn't care if it goes up or down. It's gonna capitalize on that movement, that oscillation, guys. I'll tell you, when I have 7 of these things going, these pairs, 6, 7, and we have a market really start moving, man, my alerts just go off like a damn nut. So I'm gonna mute the shorts. I want to show you guys something, right? Do you notice the decision that I made? Right. Remember, if you've been following me on these lives for this week, we made the decision right here to take a stop loss on this trade that it was stuck in, right? The from the fall. And my anticipation is that we were getting some really crazy resistance off it. You can see continued wicks off it. And notice how it still has never hit that range. If I didn't make that decision, I still would be stuck in that trade. Right? A third DCA trade, wondering what I should do. I took a $9 loss. I'm already earned back 3 of it, right? Not doing anything. And I'm in a long right now, but I haven't even DCA'd yet. So I'm in good shape. So if we keep falling backwards, I don't care. It's not eating my margin up that much, right? But I've already almost earned back just from my longs of making that decision, within 2 days of what that loss was. Now, the point of me doing that is I wanted to show you guys it's okay to take a loss, right? It's okay to reset if your TA adjusts it, right? If it makes sense. Sometimes it'll work in your favor, sometimes it doesn't. But it was $9, right? I already earned a $12 win, so I didn't care if I took the $9 loss. I was still net green. And net green, I'll tell you, as a trader, the best thing I can tell you, stop worrying about trade to trade and worry about net green. Are you net green for the day? Are you net green for the week, right? Sometimes you won't be for the day. With this ATA trader, I mean, those of you guys running in the community, you guys know. I mean, we're net green pretty much every single day on this. So this thing just trades like a nut, and we'll get into the history a little later. So my long for ETH, so far we made about $3 back, guys. And those on TikTok, if you're new to watching this is on like $1,000 account that we started. So that's why the earnings are so small. I mean, if you wanted to do a $20,000 account, just 20x that, which is our Goliath. So longs, I'm still good. I'm not worried. It's actually, I'm in better. I feel more comfortable about my longs than I would my shorts, because we are getting near a support range here as well as here. So even if we were to fall, my longs would use their DCA protocols to get out. So I'm letting that go. Not too concerned. My shorts are still doing okay. I don't have any DCAs here. Hasn't really struggled. I could do the same thing with ETH, but guys, I always recommend have one pair that you just let go, and make decisions later to add more margin if you need into that pair. ETH is kind of that pair. I don't really touch ETH a lot. That third DCA that I can do. So, all right. So we're good with the ETH. I'm not gonna touch it. You can see the shorts have done really well. I mean, $41, 11 days. It's DCA'd quite a bit, right? But it's done pretty good on this pair, so I'm not too upset with ETH. But we're not gonna touch ETH. LTC. So LTC has been it's just such an amazing performer, and I think I jinxed it because I was like, man, LTC is just ranging so well. Like when it was coming through here, like we were just earning like a freaking nut, right? And then all of a sudden it's just lost its support, it's just fighting. So y'all remember we took a long back here, and it's been stuck, ever since the fall. So I did set a existing trade to try to get out of this long, to not take any more trades. I don't have any DCA4 protocol. LTC, if you look at it, is my deepest trade. Where is it? I think it's like negative 135, right? So that's the only one that's really like getting me. So I don't want to really add any more volume to it. I'm just gonna let it play out. If I find some support in here, I may add some volume to it. But other than that, I'm just gonna let LTC play out. And so the shorts have absolutely dominated. So this is what I was talking about LTC. LTC, like you guys know in the room, when it wins, it wins. I mean, this thing just goes crazy. So this one in 11 days is up $74. So I'm just gonna let LTC do its thing now. I may do what I did with Aave though, to be honest with you guys, because it's fell so much. So we're currently in a short. We're actually in profit too. Oh, that's cool. So you can see where, if you can see this screen here, see we're in profit. So if it goes up here, it'll close it. So what I want to do is I don't want to delete that alert. If you are in a trade and you're making any modifications, especially when you're in profit, right? You don't want to really just delete that alert, right? So what I may do with my LTC, because we have fell so much, is I may do what I did with Aave. Let's see. Yeah, see, I'm on the moving average strategy. So I may move this one over to SARS, right? Now I am in profit already, so I want to also show you, I love doing all these different things, right? Because it just shows you guys what you can do. So let me refresh this page. So we know that our LTC is in profit. The ATA has not chosen to close it yet is the only thing, which is fine. But because I know I'm in profit and I know I want to change this this range, right? See LTC, I can just come over. This is my short in profit. I can hit close trade, confirm. Now, why would I do that? I would do that because I know it's already in profit. Could it go further? Yeah, that's fine. But it'll allow me to not sit here and just wait, right? If I wasn't on this call, I could wait it out if I wanted to. I could put it in an existing trade. Many things I could do, right? But since I know I closed that, I can just delete the alert now, and now I don't care what this says. So I hate resetting it because, man, that's such a beautiful number that it's done for me in my 11 days. But I'm going to pull it back to DCA1 like we did on the other one. I'm going to take it and put it on the parabolic SAR because we know that's a little less aggressive. And I'm going to just, all I have to do at this point, right, because I'm not doing any particular updates. So the only thing I have to do is just change my date here so I can begin my trading session. 8 and then 52. Close trade on chart. You guys can see how quickly I fix these things once I make decisions. Once you understand how this technology works, guys, it's not hard to fix, right? So I'm just gonna load my short, and we're going ATA LTC short. So again, now we have two pairs that we have backed off on shorts a little bit. We have not stopped them. We're still going to do one DCA. I'm still going to let it play, right? I'm still going to let it earn, but I'm not going to be overly aggressive. I'm not throwing a lot of volume at it. So if it gets stuck in a pump up, I got room to get out. I can take it over, right? And that's why I do that. So because you want to continue to earn, because we're in, we have all these longs, right? You got long, 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 but we're only in 1, 2 shorts, right? So we want to keep some shorts going. We just don't want to get stuck, right? I mean, we want to let it keep earning. We just don't want to get crazy stuck because, the more you get stuck up and the more you get stuck down and that range starts to spread, that's what gets you in trouble. The beauty of trading, even if you're not using the ATA, is if you're trading both directions, you want to keep that range tight, right? Keep that ladder close. So looks like it's about to try to take a short already. Let's just hang out here for a second. We'll see if this fires. I think we made the alert, right? So I get too distracted. Yeah. Okay. So we'll just see if this fires. We got 10 seconds. It's funny because we changed it to the SARS, right? SARS is usually not that aggressive, but apparently it wants to jump right in. All right. So that looks like that fired. Let's go ahead and refresh our page. We'll make sure we got a LTC short in there now. And if we don't, then we need to take a look and see why. There we go. LTC, we got our short right there. So we're in. So we're good. We set it up right. We'll let it keep playing. Let it keep doing its thing, right? We're good with LTC. So let's go ahead and close that one. So we got about 5 minutes left, so let's keep on keeping on. We got XRP is the last one. Those of you that are in the room, I'm not going to go through each pair. We do offer Matic, Doge, Solana, all that. but I'm not running those. I'm not looking to add them quite yet either. XRP's been on a little run, man. Look at this little tear. So XRP's in a little bit of a different position, right? Because we're getting closer to the upper range versus closer to the lower range like the other ones, which is crazy, right? So let's take a look at it. Let's see how the longs have done. Now XRP has done pretty well. And XRP tends to trade a little bit less volume, so I don't even mind being a little more aggressive if I have to on adding more DCAs. But you can see the longs have done really well. It's made about $11 in 9 days here, right? Not too bad. It looks like it just closed in profit, didn't take another long, so that one's not too bad. Shorts, it looks like we're stuck. It's trying to move this up. I'm gonna go ahead and add a DCA 3, I think, for this one. So I know that this is my upper range of resistance. So I'm going to try to get my DCA 3 somewhere in this range here. So let's go ahead and make that decision so we can help out XRP a little bit. So let's see where this 6 would put it if I were to add it. So it looks like it would have already taken it, so we have to bump that up, right? So let's try 12, because that looked like it's pretty low. And what we're looking for is this white line. We want this white line to be above this line here. Takes a minute, let it do its calculations. It's a lot of data to process, guys. The code that we put into these indicators is a ton, so TradingView takes a second sometimes to recalculate how that looks. So you can see this little eyeball here. That's what tells you it's still working. Still thinking. Okay, so that pushed it up pretty high, up into this range here, which I'm probably okay with. Let's lower it down to maybe 11. Let's see if that's still above it. Give it a little bit more freedom here. All I'm telling my ATA is, hey, this line here, you can't DCA till you get past it. That's what I'm telling you. So that's where I'm making that decision. I do want to bring it down just a little bit, give it some room just in case, right? But if we are likely to push up, it's likely to push all the way to this top here. So it ended up about right there, which I'm good with that. So the key thing when you're modifying DCA, when you're adding it in, make sure you have this set. I'm going to leave 5. I don't like to do more than 5 multiplier after that. And make sure that you still have the same trade. Make sure you still have the same average. Make sure you still have the same DCA too, right? So our average is 37.2. Let's go to XRP, 37.2. So we're good. We know that if this were to break down, we'll get out. If it were to break up, it's going to do one more DCA, which will likely pull the entries somewhere up here. And that's important because it pulls it above these previous levels, right? If it were to come back and retest for support. So it just gives it a little bit of a better fighting chance. So let's go to our XRP short. Remember, when we're done writing our letter, we gotta send it to the mailbox. So we're deleting that XRP short because we made modifications. XRP short, ADA, let's see, XRP short, and we'll leave that. Okay. So we have our plan with our XRP short now. This is why I like to add that third DCA, because if you notice, it would have took the third DCA about here, and it wouldn't have helped, right? So that's why I don't really like to always have that third one on there. I like to do it manually. So now we have a better DCA. So if it were to, either it's going to come down or it's going to pump up and give us a better entry, which is a better opportunity to get out, right? So that's what I like to, that's why I really like to manage that that third one. So we're good. XRP short, XRP long is looking pretty good. Let's do the same thing with XRP long that we did with the other ones in reverse. So we know we already have a sell as our last call. There's no XRP longs. You can come over here and see we have no XRP longs. So remember, like before, we could just delete it because the alert, because it's already executed. So let's do the same thing we did with the other ones, but do it in reverse. So we're going to take off DCA2. We already have this on parabolic SARS, so that's fine. And then we're just going to modify the date. Actually, we don't, well, you don't really need to modify the date. So the reason why you can modify the date if you want to, but I don't need to modify it because I didn't change my strategy. I didn't change anything. I just unchecked my DCA. So it's going to keep my my stats and stuff pretty similar anyways. And I'm already in a sell because I didn't change my strategy. So it's already looking for a buy. So I don't really need to reset my candle here. I would need to reset this if I changed my strategy and it threw me in a buy. But my last trigger was a sell, so I'm good with it. So we got this one set for parabolic stars, and we got it set for only DCA 1. So if we do get a fall, we don't care. So now we just got to recreate that alert. Long. ATA XRP long. And guys, I'm doing this because look at how high we are in this range, right? Just like the other ones were super low. XRP, you know, probably the lawsuit stuff coming on, you know, has continued to find some support. Could it keep going up? Sure. But that's why we still have a long going. But if it does fall down, right, pretty good, then we'll make that determination to add that second DCA in potentially a better area as I monitor this every day. So, but that's it. That's our play. I'm not going to add any more. You know, the only ones that I could add if I wanted to would be Solana and Matic or Doge. I'm not really fond of doing any of those three while we're in a heavy news day, and with the Fed speaking today, I'm just not interested. I'll wait. You guys know in the room why, as I put that out every day. So as far as, you know, my setup, I'm good on that. I am going to do my live trader today using my signal calls. So I'm going to set those range. I may not range trade it, guys, so I won't put out the range I'm playing because I'm going to actually put out the signals again today. And as I do the signals, I'm just going to enter the live trader. So I'll kind of show you guys how I do that and the settings I put to make it work. But that's all we got. So we're in good shape. We got our plan. I'm comfortable with it. Margin wise, I'm good. Again, you know, if you click exchanges, if you're ever wondering like, man, am I good on margin? Should I worry because the Fed's speaking? You know, what if it moves like crazy and I go more negative? I'm in decent shape still. You know, I've earned up. My account is still earning. I'm up to 1963, so you can see that's still growing. This has gone down because I'm just in more trades or deeper in some trades, right? So, but it's still just so much left margin-wise that I'm not worried whatsoever where it goes. I got a lot of room to play. You're going to notice this percentage adjusts, right? So you can see it went down from the 13.9. It's not because I took a loss. What it is it only takes the last like so many days. I think it's like 2 weeks or something like that. And so you can see it's done 288 trades. So this percentage is a derivative of these trades. So there could have been a big trade that I won that just happened to fall off that P&L, right? From Live Trader or something. So, you know, as long as this stays green, you know, you're still green. This is just a monitoring of your last trades that you've done. So you can see last 288 trades. If you want to know if your account's growing, you know how much you put in there. This is the number you look at. If this is going up, you're good. I mean, yesterday it was like 1940 or something like that. So 45, I think. So, I mean, we made about $20 just from yesterday's morning to today. As long as this is growing, you're earning, right? And you can look at the history to always check to see, you know, are you actually taking any kind of losses or what with your account, right? So you can see, you know, we just took $1.20 profit on LTC. And you can see green. I have those reds from yesterday we chose, so let's just keep zooming. I mean, you can see all these greens, all these greens, all these greens. I mean, there we go. This was the BTC member I chose to close, and this was the ETH that we reset right there. So those were intentional. All these other greens are all the ATA, just doing its thing, right? So, you know, our account's still growing, guys. I'm happy with it. We just got to manage some of the trades, you know, as they go, and then moving with the market, right? But the good news is, you know, do we have room to fall? Absolutely. But we know our support levels. You know, the TA is out in the room of where our support levels are, and you know, we'll just play the ATA as it goes. So I appreciate you guys joining. It's 9:04, 4 minutes past. Man, time went by fast today, but we did make some good changes. We do got our plan. We're still running 1, 2, 3, 4 pairs. I'm running 4 pairs for those who wonder how much you should run. The minimum suggested is 2 pairs going both directions, $1,000 for the type of ATA I'm running, which is Ultron, and I have about 2,000 in there, so I'm okay with running 4 pairs fairly consistently. Aave, ETH, LTC, and XRP are my pairs of choice. ETH I typically run all the time. LTC I mostly run all the time. XRP is a new addition that I overlooked for a bit that is doing really well, actually. Aave's, I still have faith in Aave because Aave was one of our top performing coins for so long. It's just been a little bit of a pain in the ass lately, but it'll come around. So I still got some faith in Aave. So those are my pairs of choice. LTC, I love this new strategy, Parabolic SARs, for my alts. If you're running Matic, Solana, Doge, any of that, I would only run the SARs, to be honest with you right now, because that one's a little more patient. You can see the entries are super patient, a lot more spread out. They're not as quick to jump in, right? So it's going to help keep you a little bit safer on that one. So but appreciate you guys' time. I'm going to drop off on the community, and then TikTok, I'll be there in a second. If you guys are in the community and want to keep on asking questions and stuff, you guys can jump over to TikTok. So, but I appreciate you guys' time, and I'll see you guys in the room a little bit later. We'll send out some calls. So thank you guys. All right, let me stop that one.